Well, we are live once again. NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, Part 2. Gander Outdoor Truck Series at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Strat 200. This is going to be a fun race here today. Our first mile and a half, our first true test to see what kind of speed we're going to have in this race truck. And we're not even going to practice or qualify for this race. We are going to start from the back, make it difficult on ourselves here with this 99 Hooters truck for Channel Racing, my bad. Jackson Thomas, Sheriff Tony, Kyle Busch. Welcome to the stream. Fake Kyle Busch, of course, but hey, Kyle Busch nonetheless. So thanks for everybody tuning in. If those of you that might have tuned in 2 nights ago, we had part 1 of the career mode at the Daytona International Speedway for the truck series, and we finished a very close second place finish. 3 wide finish at the line, photo finish with all 3 of us. It was almost too close to call, and by just 6/1000ths of a second, we came up in the second place position. It was the closest finish we've ever had on the channel as far as interval time goes, even for the truck series. And this is going to lead into today's race. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun, even if we're not as competitive. We had an 80 overall car at Daytona, but Daytona's Daytona. If you could stay in the draft, you have a shot, and that's why we finished second. But we have a 90 overall car today, or truck, I should say, and it's a little bit better, but we'll see how this is going to go. We're going to have a doubleheader tonight as well, so we will be running Atlanta after this because we have 2 200-mile races, so a couple of shorter truck races tonight, making up only 400 miles total. So why not? Got off of work at a decent time today, and yeah, we're going to get this underway. We do have to finish top 20 either at Vegas or Atlanta to get our incentive bonus. Tanner Gray's on the pole. Raphael Assard and Sheldon Creed will be starting from the rear. Yeah, that truck finish was awesome. I mean, that's a great way to kickstart the career mode. Even though we finished second, that was an awesome race. Even the Cup race yesterday at Talladega we had on our custom schedule mode was pretty good too. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Vegas. Race 2 of the doubleheader. Al's Gaming Channel, welcome to the stream. Justin Sozio, welcome as well. You're bored? We're just getting underway here. Hopefully you won't be bored any longer. Tanner Gray on the pole. Grant Enfinger got the win, by the way, in that Daytona truck race, the season opener, so Enfinger's locked into the playoffs. Matter quickly going to the outside. We saw in our custom scheduled race how much the outside was a huge advantage. Now here's the thing though, is that we don't have a maxed out engine right now, so I don't know if the high side is exactly going to be the way to go. We're just going to have to wait and see as this race carries forward. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream as well. 3 wide. Raphael Assard to the inside of the 99 and the 68. Schneider got a little loose off turn 2. Keeps it off both trucks though. Not practice or qualifying. It's definitely going to be tough to see what kind of speed this race truck has. And poor Sheldon Creed still back in last. A couple laps in, and Tanner Gray's on the first 2 laps of this race. Only 30 laps in stage 1 here tonight. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. We are on race 1 right now. Yeah, the doubleheader is just now starting. We go to Atlanta a little bit later. Hopefully going to try to get that one started at about 8:15, whenever we can get done with this. Oh my goodness, Sheldon Creed, what a move to the outside. He had a full head of steam. My goodness. Just got shot out of a cannon, and he looked really slow those first couple laps. I didn't think he had that kind of a run built up in him. He got into the back of Greenfield there off turn 2. Matt Crafton jumps to the lead. Maybe Thor Motorsports could go back-to-back with 2 different drivers to start the season after Enfinger won the season opener. DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. So again, you're seeing that speed with the 90 overall truck right now, just not looking that good. Again, this is Legend difficulty. So even a 90 overall truck, we're still struggling at the back of the pack. I did not qualify for this race, but I guess it really didn't matter too much considering where we're running a few laps in. And these stages are really short in the truck series as well, but this is, you know, what I was coming to expect for the start of the season. That's why it's good that we scored all those stage points and finished second at Daytona when we did. We might have to win to get into the playoffs. We might have to win 2 races if we get more than 10 winners. But it is definitely going to be a tough climb to try and win a championship in our first year as a team in the truck series. So yeah, again, the difficulties on Legend, AI at 105, as always. Keeping it clean right now, though. Barely kept it off the wall. Keeps going back and forth. Great battle for 31st with Blake Greenfield right now. Truck's a little tight on the bottom, but definitely handles better on the high side. Should have a longer run race truck as well, I'd have to imagine. The bumpier tracks with Heat 5 seem to play into my wheelhouse a little bit. That's why we won our cup races at Vegas and Auto Club Speedway. Granted, that was custom scheduled, but still.
Stay high out there.
Zane Smith is taking the race lead now. Schneider going to get a good run off turn 2. Yeah, that high side's definitely going to be the way to go here. Look at the run he got on Greenfield that time. Trying to go full throttle down through turns 3 and 4. And does through that middle to upper lane once again. Two to go in stage 1. Yeah, pit strategy is going to be really huge in this one. Remember, there is a tire limit in the trucks and Xfinity series. That will continue for the career mode now that we're doing full race live streams. So only 4 sets of tires that we can put on the truck from the start of the race. Fresh sets, that is.
Alright, clear out that. Inside.
And this is not going to be easy. That Daytona race is the only super speedway in the regular season for the truck series. We don't go to Talladega until the playoffs.
Careful, still there. Alright, you're clear there.
Yep. Indy Road Course for the Cup Series. On Monday for our custom schedule season, indeed. Johnny Sauter to the lead now. 4 different leaders in the first 10 laps of the race today at Vegas. Definitely very interesting race at the front as Sauter and Zane Smith continue to go back and forth. They're starting to make up a little bit of ground, passing some of these other back marker trucks. Still an underfunded team, that's all. We just need Hooters to give us more money, that's all.
Careful, still there.
Ooh, Harmon did a good job holding his lane. I thought he was going to squeeze 99 up a little too high that time, but not quite. Remember at Daytona, though, we only had a couple cautions for incident that entire race. Not a lot of cautions. Noah Jones, welcome to the stream. Tim Irvin, welcome as well. Danny Gilpatrick, welcome to the stream. How do I do the points for the championship mode myself? So the reason why, number 1, is because the game, if you DNF, it doesn't translate the points, the stage points. It doesn't translate stage points. So that's the only way I can translate stage points, to have the points myself. But as far as the points itself goes, it's the same as what NASCAR actually is. 1 point per position, 40 points if you win a race. All the playoff points are going to stay the same, because that's another thing too with those stage wins, is those playoff points aren't going to actually carry over if you DNF in a race, because it's not going to calculate the stages. So like everything we have to put into perspective there. For the career mode, I'm not going to worry about it because it's way too much You know, we're already doing it for the custom schedule. So that is the reason why. And I did not get a chance to update the points after the race last night, but I will have it updated before the Indianapolis road course on Monday. So again, the points system is still the same. It's just a matter of the game not being 100% accurate when you DNFs. I mean, unless we would have went the whole season without DNFing, then I wouldn't have had to do that. But we DNF'd in the first race of the year at the Daytona 500. First 3 races, in fact. So yeah, I'm having to do the points myself. Yes, Gilpatrick sounds like an awesome last name. The whole name itself, I mean, couldn't have had a better first name with how good of a last name it is.
Half down, half to go.
So halfway through stage 1, Zane Smith back out in front, continuously battling at the front with Johnny Sauter. Decker at 23rd. Remember, she came close to winning at Daytona. Didn't get a top 10 finish, but she was leading with right around 10 laps to go at one point before falling out of line and losing a bunch of spots there late.
Careful. You got rid of clear that.
Now, that race did go to overtime. We only had 4 cautions per incident. By Daytona standards, not a lot. Especially the way the Truck Series seems to race. Well, Sard's not running too well right now. That's the thing. Sard does not have any speed at all. He also started at the rear as well, just like us. Again, the difficulty is 105, always is. And then the AI is on Legend. But the reason why it's more drastic with the career mode than the championship mode is because the championship mode, you're pretty much at like 100. Like if it was career mode standards, all your equipment would be at 100. So basically, if you have a good setup, you're going to be fast. But with this, you can have a good setup, but if your departments are low, it's only going to help so much. And yes, we are running our Atlanta truck race right after this here today. I was just excited to get this career mode back going again. We had such a great race at Daytona to start the season. I was pumped for tonight. Last minute change there. I was like, you know what? I can get two races in. They're both 200 miles and not long. So again, we're at Vegas right now. We go to Atlanta later. 13 people watching. 10 likes already. Thanks everybody for hitting that like button. Subscribing if you haven't already. Johnny Sauter's got over half a track on the 99 truck of Schneider right now. Good thing these stages are shorter. At least the speed that Schneider's got today, he doesn't have to worry about going a lap down. Atlanta's an even bumpier track than this. And he should have a faster truck at Atlanta. It should be at about a 95 overall. All the way around instead of a 90. So I think that this team is going to be a little faster in the second race tonight than what this race is going to lead for, but definitely going to try to get every point you can. Maybe you can play the strategy right depending on how the cautions fly throughout the course of the race, especially in that final stage when it matters the most. Might be able to crack the top 20 here before long. Great move, passing 2 trucks down the backstretch. He's definitely getting these good runs on the high side. Yeah, well, again, we were going to race at 8. But with doing a double header, I moved the start time up so that way we can get both these in at a reasonable time. So otherwise, if I would have started that late, I would have only been able to do 1. Because I still got to work tomorrow. XY Games, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, though. Elect your pit box. It'd also be cool if they have the choose cone in the next game, too. Like they do in NASCAR. That'd be pretty cool. They have the choose cone. Gives you like 5 to 10 seconds or whatever to you know, pick what lane you want. It has like everybody right in front of you, what lanes they have, where the leaders are at. That would be really cool. Another KBM truck outside the top 15. That's Riley Herbst in the 51. Tire wear not too bad on Schneider's race truck here today. Definitely going to try to make some adjustments under the first pit stop. Try to make it a little faster and keep working on it as the night goes on. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Up to 19. Problem is, there's no stage points, and that's gonna hurt. Six laps to go, stage one. Zane Smith trying to get his first stage win of the season. By the way, we did lead 4 laps in our season opening race at Daytona. That went 102 laps total because we went to overtime. Tanner Gray, who led the first 2 laps after starting on the pole, is back to 18. Even Schneider's about to get around him here. Likely he turns 1 and 2 if he can keep the momentum up.
5 laps to go.
Oh yeah, he's going to get to the inside of Gray into turn 1.
Car high, careful there.
Got around him easily.
You got room, you're clear.
Yeah, 14 lights. Awesome, guys. Awesome work. We're still in stage 1 of a truck race. I'm excited to do start podcast. Well, yeah, podcasting. I guess that's gonna be a lot of fun this weekend. And we'll be doing a predictions podcast. Still don't have a title for it exactly yet. I have to look at other stuff on YouTube just to make sure there's nothing else like it, first of all, because I don't want to copy anything. From there, go off my own. But it will be fantasy predictions and post-race analysis and everything going into it. I'll briefly go over who I had for my predictions and fantasy team last week at Vegas. Means we didn't have a predictions or post-race analysis, so I'll kind of mesh that in at the very beginning on Sunday. Not sure what time we're going to start that, but again, it will be on race days. Even when I'm going to the racetrack myself, I'll be staying close enough to the track that I can still get it in like, I don't know, like a few hours before the race starts. Won't be able to get it right before the race starts, but before I go to the track, maybe stream from a hotel or something. Be a lot of fun. No, I did not give up NASCAR 05. Just taking a break, that's all. No, yeah, definitely not giving up on 05. That's my favorite NASCAR game, for sure. But
White flag, bring it home.
final lap of stage number 1. Zane Smith coming off turn 4. Stage 1 when the top 10 crosses the start-finish line. Schneider might be able to get around Jordan Anderson. He's going to get a good run off turn 2. Zane Smith wins stage 1 here at Las Vegas. Quick jump to the bottom. Schneider in the 16th. Our Daytona winner, Grant Enfinger, up there. Oh, Schneider washes up the track, but Anderson ran out of time trying to get the crossover. So no stage points for us in stage 1, but Zane Smith will get his first stage win of the season. Stage 1 already in the books. A clean first stage as well. No cautions up to this point for incident. Much like Daytona, we had no cautions in stage 1. Not going to repair any damage here. Going to add 5% more tape. Going to drop the wedge by a round. And we're going to add the air pressure 1 pound all the way around. So some adjustments on the 99 team already. They were making adjustments at Daytona, trying to keep up. And definitely trying to keep up with the racetrack here as it continues to get darker and darker after every stage.
Drive safe, be smart, keep your head on straight. Ready.
Green flag back in the air once again. Zane Smith won the race off pit road after winning stage 1, so he restarts from the lead. 27 laps to go in stage 2.
You got room, you're clear there.
Schneider might be able to maybe perhaps get a top 10 run this time.
Still there.
Got a good jump on the restart to the inside of Brett Moffitt. 3 wide into turn 3 underneath Austin Hill and Christian Eckes. Schneider getting a little tight. He had to lift a little more than he wanted to. Even after putting around a wedge into the truck and clears Eckes off of turn 4. Moffitt gets a run on the high side, so did Austin Hill. Grant Enfinger coming up behind Moffitt. Zane Smith lost the lead on the restart to Johnny Sauter towards the front. Schneider struggled on the short run at the beginning of the race. Didn't actually break into the top 20 until the last 10 laps of the stage. Pulled his way up to 16th. Might have to move back to the top side again. Here comes Tanner Gray on the bottom. You know Gray's got a fast short run truck that he led the first couple laps. Qualified on the pole. He just doesn't have that long run speed whatsoever. A little contact with the 22 of Austin Hill. Eckes barely squeezes to the outside after the 99 washed up the track after that minimal contact with Self. I think NASCAR Heat 5 has competition mode too, doesn't it? I just never used it. I've never used it. Well, I tried it once on Heat 4 just to see what it did, and I didn't really notice it was any different. At least with the full races. Revenge. No, that was an accidental contact. They were 3 wide. I mean, any track you run 3 wide, it gets tight, even on the wider tracks. Especially when you get down to the corner exit. Well, Schneider's fastest lap of the race that last time. He dropped back to 21st. Maybe with this setup, the truck will come in maybe a little quicker during this run. And that's one thing with no practice or qualifying. We kind of had a standard setup going into this race. We're just having to work on it throughout the course of it, trying to get it faster and faster. And we'll continue to work. We have at least 2 more pit stops coming up today, even if we don't get a natural caution, for instance. We'll have to pit at some point in the final stage and likely going to pit at the end of stage 2 again. To make this interesting, you should have one No. Nope. We do not need a rival with these 4 races on the career mode. That's the last thing we need. I'm not looking at getting payback on anybody unless I absolutely have to.
Car there on the inside.
And it would take a lot for me to do that. Comment down below in the chat, by the way, has anybody watched any March Madness? I was watching a little bit on break when I was at work, and when I got home about the last hour and a half or so, I've been watching games. My Michigan Wolverines got the #1 seed. They play tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to see it. I might get home before the finish, but even if I do, I doubt the game's going to run past 5 unless they go to overtime or multiple overtimes. So that's about the time I'm going to get home. Then we'll be live streaming the Xfinity race, the live realistic commentary, and the watch along there. And that'll start at about 5:15. But yeah, Ohio State lost already today. #2 seed. It was unbelievable. I had them going to the Final Four in my bracket too, so that definitely busted my bracket. I lost a couple games already. Trying to take upset picks that never happened. I got Utah State and Colgate winning today, and they both lost. But those are both upset picks. Ohio State actually had going deep. Yeah, go blue. I'm an Ohio native, but I'm a Michigan fan. I'm actually closer to Ann Arbor, where Michigan, or University of Michigan is. About an hour and
Yellow's out, back her down.
20 minutes, hour 15 minutes away from Ann Arbor, and I'm like 2 hours north of Columbus. Caution is out for the first time today for incident with 92 laps to go. A little pit strategy here from Schneider. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. He'll only have 2 sets of tires left the rest of the race. And no adjustments under this pit stop. Johnny Sutter in the lead at the timing of the yellow. Nobody else is coming to pit road. Last name looks cool on the truck. Oh, yeah. On the back of it. Never really thought about that. I just like, yeah, the way that the name is in general. Doesn't matter whose name. Like the NASCAR does that. They have it on the windshield too.
Keep your head on straight.
Well, at least this year they do. I don't think they have it on the windshield. Yeah. They don't have it on the windshield for this game because it's technically last year's game. No, they started doing that again this year. 15 laps to go in stage 2. We'll see. About 10 lap pressure tires for Schneider. The rookie. With this new team. In 10 laps at Vegas on a track that wears out tires pretty well. I think this strategy might work to at least get stage points, if not the stage win. Once we get up to speed at least. 99 truck might be able to start to set sail. It's only got 14 laps to work with, so definitely not a lot of time, a lot of trucks to pass yet. We'll see. After no stage points in stage 1, it'd be nice if he can end up getting the stage points, at least a couple of them. Even if it's just one. Live in Texas, grew up, Michigan a couple hours from there. Nice. Yeah, my plan is to move to North Carolina within a few, not like immediately soon, but I'll definitely miss going to Detroit for my sporting events, non-NASCAR related, and going to Michigan and watching a football game a year or two. I mean, I could still travel back up here to do that, but you know, when traveling to NASCAR races and stuff, that's where most of my travel goes, so it's kind of nice that my home teams are close to home right now. That just means whenever they hit like Charlotte area or something, I definitely have to go see them. But that's one thing I'll miss for sure. And they're starting to make up ground. Took him a couple laps after the restart to start passing these guys, but once he got up to speed, he's already back up to 16th. It's just a little too tight still, despite loosening the truck up, so he's probably going to have to keep it working on the racetrack. He did not make an adjustment under that last pit stop, but did take 4 fresh tires. Back to the high side in turns 1 and 2. Should get the run to get around Riley Herbst. Enfinger on the bottom as well. Enfinger not having a good backup performance after winning Daytona by 6 1/1000ths of a second over Schneider, and only 39 1/1000ths of a second back to Nemechek, who finished in 3rd. Joe Nemechek, that is. Enfinger with a crossover in 3 and 4. He gets to the bottom. Schneider didn't really aggressively side pick with 10 laps to go in stage 2. Schneider get any stage points.
Inside.
Yeah, I've been through the state a couple times now going to races, and I was actually in Charlotte for the Roval a couple years ago, and I was in or around the city of Charlotte for about 4 days, 3 nights. I had a blast. I've had a blast traveling to other places too, but not like I did there. Next NASCAR game will likely be for both PS4 and PS5. I've never been to New York City. I go to Pocono this year. That'll be the closest I've ever been to New York City. Because even when I was at Watkins Glen in the state of New York, I mean, that's still like 3 hours away from New York City. That's an upstate. You know, it's like northwest of. New York City. By the way, good luck, Tim. That's on Wednesday. A buddy of mine tried to get into, what was he going in for? I'm trying to remember. Man, having a hard time. He wrestled in high school anyway, one way or another. He was going to join the military. And he tore his ACL senior year. He was already going to PT, and he was already like training and everything for it while wrestling. And I don't know if that was just like over stress on his knees and stuff. And, I mean, he completely blew his knee out. He tore his ACL, MCL. Like, I mean, he just destroyed his knee. I know he dislocated it too. Like, he messed his knee up pretty bad. He was on crutches for 6 months. And, I mean, it took him a good 9-10 months to actually get somewhat back to full strength. And they wouldn't accept it anymore after that point. Kind of sucks. So that kind of like altered, you know, what he wanted to do career-wise now. I don't know if he had plans of going to college before that or not. I know he's in college now, but all to happen like halfway through your senior year too, like when you have your plans, you know what you're going to be doing, and then that happens and you just basically have to change your career like right then and there. Like, oh man, well I can't do this anymore. He had high hopes for it originally, but as he was like recovering and stuff, he was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Still there.
So definitely wish you good luck. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Schneider trying to get to the top 10. He's up to 12, passing Austin Hill through 3 and 4. 3 laps to go on the stage this time by. Schneider's got 10 lap fresher tires right now. Just 3 laps to go. Can he get into the top 10 and get at least one stage point? Back to the high side in turns 1 and 2. He's going to get a big run on Crafton. Crafton went to the bottom. Get up to 11th. He needs this to run green to the end of the stage. He's going to want a shot to get back into the top 10. Well, I should say get into the top 10 for the first time. This is actually as high as he has ran in the race, 11th right now. 2 more laps to catch Ben Rhodes in the 99 truck.
I need 2 more final laps, bud. Keep it going.
And this is stage 2. Yep, going to Pocono for the doubleheader. Supposed to go last year, but because of COVID, they didn't have any fans, and unfortunately couldn't. So close to Ben Rhodes right now, only half a second back. It's going to be tough to gain in 1 lap, but we'll see. Rhodes goes to the bottom, Schneider to the top in turns 1 and 2. How about the night Zane Smith has had? He's led the most laps. He won stage 1. He's 1 corner away from winning stage 2. Schneider trying to get this last stage point on Ben Rhodes. He's charging hard. Gonna go to the middle lane through 3 and 4. Maybe try to get on that right rear corner panel. Side draft Rhodes, but Rhodes beats him back to the gas. Zane Smith wins stage 2 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Schneider just fails on getting stage points today. He was trying to catch Rhodes there in the last few laps, and he just ran out of time. So the fresh tire strategy might have worked a little bit, but he only really gained a couple spots out of it. Going to the Indy Road Course this year. Yeah, I'll be going there too. Yeah, I got a lot of races. I know I haven't been to a race yet this year, but I plan on going to like 10 to 12 Cup races. Not going to be there like the full weekend. Some of the races I'll be seeing the truck and Xfinity races like Talladega. I know Bristol for the later race. Schneider lost one spot on pit road. No adjustments there, and that is the third set of tires he's on right now.
Are you ready now?
Green flag back in the air here at Vegas. Final stage underway. Zane Smith has swept the first two stages of the night. Can he get a max points day and lock himself into the playoffs with a win?
Careful, still there.
Quickly gets to the bottom after restarting at 12th. He lost one spot on pit road.
Stay low.
Stacking up on the outside. It's a good thing he got to the bottom. Great run into turns 3 and 4, but he gets tight 3 wide. Had to get way out of the gas or he was going to slide up into Crafton. Still beats Crafton back to the gas as well as Ben Rhodes. What a move by Schneider. Oh, and he couldn't quite block the 99. Now down to the bottom in front of the 16. Austin Hill sideways in the center of the tri-oval. Saves it. That backs up Moffitt behind. Crazy restart here in Vegas. We saw that in our Cup race last week. On the custom schedule. Saw it in real life in the Cup Series at Vegas a couple weeks ago as well. And you're seeing the crazy restarts tonight. Only one caution per incident in the first 2 stages. We haven't had many restarts today. But they have been wild when we have had one.
That was a better lap. Still there inside.
Finger charging through the field. Sorry, that's Kraft. I get those two mixed up because of how their paint schemes are so similar to one another. And they're both Ford Motorsport trucks, and the numbers are similar too. Oh my goodness. Schneider's starting to fade now. He just does not have a good short run truck in general. Jordan Anderson making moves up the middle. Stuart Friesen gets to the lead for the first time today on the restart. Schneider's still holding on to 16th. They're still going 3 wide behind him. Riley Hurts, Jordan Anderson, Grant Enfinger this time. Riley Hurts gets a big run off turn 4. Schneider slides right up in front of him. Taking that line away on corner exit. Now cuts to the apron to break the draft that Enfinger might have had on him. Taking that shortcut on the front stretch as well. Backs up 1 and 2 perfectly. Beats Enfinger back to the gas for now. Schneider's definitely better in turns 1 and 2. He's still a little tight in turns 3 and 4. Enough to where he just can't get back into the gas quite as quickly as he wants to. Oh, Enfinger. Oh, cut to the apron and around goes Enfinger. Hard into the wall goes Schneider in the front stretch trying to save his truck. Enfinger gets completely wiped out by Schneider. Caution is out. Schneider tried to block Enfinger when he had a run, and that was a terrible block and sends the 98 truck right around. Another 2 or 3 trucks piled in the center of the tri-oval. Schneider hit the outside wall pretty hard too. He's still running though. What was a pretty clean race up to this point. It's only the second caution for incident with 66 laps to go. We can't pit here because we caused the caution. So this, how much damage is that going to slow down the 99?
Coming to the green, driver. Are you ready here? Green, green, green.
On racing gone wrong that time. Friesen leads the field to the green. The green flag is back in the air here at Vegas.
Got a car coming inside now.
And didn't get into 4th gear quite that well after jumping to 3rd. Just trying to stay in front of Jordan Anderson now and not lose that many spots on the restart this time. He pancaked that wall pretty good. You can see the damage on the right side of the race truck. That might, yeah, that's going to cause him to get even tighter than what he was before. He pushes way up the track in 3 and 4. He's in the wall again, and now into Anderson on the bottom. Schneider's really struggling with the race truck. He can't get off Anderson. wanting to push the truck near the wall. He's got to make it to the end of this race. He hasn't scored any stage points, but he's very well capable of at least getting our goal, which is a top 20. Sheldon Creed to the lead for the first time today. Creed started last place today. And finally, he's taken most of the race because we've only had 2 cautions per incident, but he is finally working his way up there. Oh, gee, Schneider, what a save by Spencer Boyd. There's the damage on the back of Enfinger's truck as well. How in the world did Spencer Boyd not crash? Schneider did the same thing to Boyd that he did on Enfinger, just bad blocking. I'm used to this truck having, the truck or car, whatever, having speed. So not having the speed in this game when trying to make those blocks, I'm not really putting that into consideration like I should. Ross Chastain out in front. I think that's the first time we've seen the 40 truck out in the lead as well. 3 wide for 20th going into turn 3. Schneider makes the passes on both Enfinger and Jason White. Enfinger's going to get a crossover though. Silver 99 sliding around. Cuts to the apron now, trying to take a shortcut. No out of bounds here at Vegas. Schneider's only got 1 set of tires left the rest of this race as well. Everybody does have to make 1 more stop in total. Joey and Enfinger's back here. We're going to get a new winner here today. 2 different winners in the first 2 races, but who will it be? Who would have thought the 2 trucks that finished 1-2 would be struggling to run in the top 20 in race number 2? I kind of expected we were going to, because again, this is a startup team, still very early in our career. If we could just get a top 10 on a mile and a half, that would be huge. Get away from Reum. Not gonna let the 33 truck side draft, and now he side drafts Reum, getting into 1 and 2. Reum got a little sideways. Schneider beats him back to the gas because of it. Schneider got shot out of a cannon. He's gonna get to the outside of Tanner Gray as well. Almost hit the wall. Side drafts Gray down the backstretch and clears him barely into turn 3. On the bottom once again and up to 18. And the Wildus, not a heavily damaged truck, but it is damaged. Still not been in the top 10 at all already. Full throttle through 3 and 4. Wow, he actually stuck the bottom beautifully despite going full throttle. That's about as good as that truck has turned in 3 and 4 all day, and that's even with a little bit of damage. Barely has to lift in 1 and 2 to get the truck to settle down. Wow, he gained a ton on both Anderson and Riley Herbst, despite them going to the top. Going to get underneath Riley Herbst now. Herbst's going to try to pinch him down a little bit. Schneider tries to go full throttle again. Slides up the track a little more than what he did last time. And Herbst is going to get a good crossover move. Schneider down to the apron again. Schneider just shot Riley Herbst to the inside of Jordan Anderson. Schneider trying to side draft Anderson. Jordan gets a run off the top, and he side drafted him enough that Riley Herbst is able to get around. Plus, Herbst had a huge head of steam after Schneider shot him back underneath that gap. Zane Smith back out in front again off turn 2 this lap. Schneider to the inside of Herbst.
Still there. Stay low. Careful, still there.
Can't clear Herbst through 3 and 4. Again, Schneider's been struggling through 3 and 4 most of the day.
Outside.
Might be able to get back around him in 1 and 2. We're going to get a run off the high side likely. Gets at least back to the inside of the 51. We'll try to pass him again.
Car there on the outside.
For 3 and 4, and again he just cannot clear Riley Herbst in 3 and 4 especially.
Careful, still there.
They try to side draft him. Oh, look at this! I mean, he was doing everything he could to hold back the 51 truck. Dives it into the bottom through 1 and 2 again. Herbst again on the top. Slide job off turn 2, clear. Up to 16th finally. Christian Games, welcome to the stream. Caution for the 3rd time today, 2nd time in the final stage, 51 laps to go. A lot of trucks at the rear of the field are pitting right now. Jennifer Joe Cobb will get the free pass. Tyler Ankrum's still the only driver out of the race, it looks like. So, yeah, here we go. This is interesting. Schneider's not going to pit. He's only got 1 set of tires left the rest of this race. So, he's definitely not going to pit. It looks like everybody outside the top 20 will that is on the lead lap. Stuart Friesen also got a pit from 4th place. Interesting strategy there. Zane Smith was in the lead at the time of the yellow. Yeah, we are doing Atlanta tonight still.
Almost ready now.
Whether that'll be right at 8:15 or not, obviously we'll see. If this race is still going on, then we'll just run it immediately after. We'll plan right around 8:15. 47 laps to go. After our 3rd caution of the race, we had 4 at Daytona. We did go to overtime at Daytona as well. So if the trends continue, we might get a caution late in this race to tie the same amount we had. Oh boy, Moffitt with a block. Stalled Schneider's run up off of turn 2. A lot of guys with fresher tires, about 15 lap fresher tires. They restarted outside the top 20.
Stay low, stay low.
Schneider, a little loose off turn 4, fishtailing. Allows the 23 of Moffitt to stay up there. Johnny Sauter to the lead on the restart. Zane Smith has struggled on the restarts today as well. Schneider shoots the gap underneath Crafton in 1 and 2. He's up to 12. Nice textbook slide job once again underneath Austin Hill with a run. It's going to be tough to pass in 3 and 4 though. It has been all day for Schneider. But he gets around Hill. Everybody is on equal tires in the front half at least. Schneider down to the apron, taking a shortcut with the truck. Gets around the 18, slides onto the outside of Ben Rhodes and up tonight. This is a race high for Schneider. He has not even been in the top 10 at all until now. And out of nowhere, even with a little bit of right side damage, this truck is coming alive. Still 1 more pit stop left in this race, though. And those guys that pitted, by the way, still can't make it on field to the end of the race. The fresh tires, I would assume, are going to play into effect here, having 15 lap pressure tires. Schneider shot out of a cannon. Got sandwiched as he was in the middle between the 8 and the 32.
That line, driver.
That completely took the run away from Schneider when he got sandwiched. He couldn't get around either one. Because he had a big run, too. I don't think anybody thought they were going to actually get the 3 wide by the exit of turn 2, but they did. And with a slide job on Gustine. Pulls up, clear. Where is this speed coming from out of the 99? Sauter continues to lead. It looks like Chastain is in second. Zane Smith in third. It might be Smith in second with Chastain in third. It's tough to tell from back here. Yeah, I think Zane Smith is in second place. Oh, yeah, Stuart Friesen's the first truck on fresher tires. He's up to 9th right now. Remember, he was in 4th, so we know he's got a fast truck. He's led a couple laps today as well, as it is. And here comes Stuart Friesen. Schneider trying to block, but I don't think he's going to hang on for much longer. Oh, Schneider slides up the track. Yeah, Friesen's gone. That was great strategy call by Stuart Friesen. Side by side right in front of him. He's got nowhere to go, though. Schneider's got a big run. To the inside, 3 wide underneath Friesen. Friesen kind of sandwiched in the middle right now, nowhere to go. Fogelman right in front of him. Still 3 wide. Sheldon Creed's on the high side.
Careful, still there.
40 laps to go in Vegas. Oh, man. Creed aggressively side drafting that 52 truck. Jason White also on fresher tires. Joining the fray. Oh, barely clear off turn 2. Schneider pulls up and clears. Sheldon Creed finally underneath the 0-2 of Fogelman. Here comes a run by Jason White. Sheldon Creed is so close to getting into the back of the 99 a couple times off the exit of the corner. Momentum keeps getting killed as Schneider goes up to kind of block the run that he has. Schneider to the inside of Fogelman again off turn 2. Look how low Fogelman's running, trying to take as much of a line away from Schneider as possible. Up to 6th, race high. For this 99 team, led only 4 laps at Daytona. Despite the runner-up second place finish. Remember, he scored 3rd and 4th in both stages there as well, so he scored a lot of stage points, 15 total. No stage points though tonight at Vegas. Finishing 16th and 11th in the first 2 stages. He's going for a top 5 in the running order. Underneath Todd Gilliland, he's not going to clear him though in 3 and 4. Hopefully he can stay alongside of him, perhaps. Not going to side draft him, he's going to cut to the apron instead. Gilliland got a good run off the top. Gilliland down to the bottom. Schneider as well on the bottom. Gets underneath him again. A little loose though off turn 2. He's going to send it into 3 and 4 though. Clear, but Gilliland gets the crossover back to the bottom. Got him right back. Good battle for 5th. Schneider going to go high now through 1 and 2. Gilliland to the bottom. Here's the run on the top. Gilliland has a chance to slide up. Nope, no he didn't. Schneider just got to the outside of it. Now into 3 and 4.
Still there? Alright, you're clear.
Just pushes a little too tight off turn 4 every time. Gilliland clear again. The battle for 5th continues. 35 laps to go at Vegas. Again, Johnny Sauter still out in front. Gilliland can't stop the run that time. Finally up to 5th place now. First time Schneider's cracked the top 5 all day long. Stuart Friesen, by the way, is in the lead and has fresher tires than everybody else inside the top 5. Somebody has blown an engine and went to pit road as well during this green flag run, but we do stay green. No caution waited for it. Kind of close to green flag pit stops, at least for the 99s. lot of clean air in front of the 52 as well. Quiet as it has been all day long. This is despite running in the top 5. No green flag stops at all yet this season, so this is going to be interesting. Definitely going to have to make sure you don't speed, and without practice or qualifying to practice a green flag stop, it's going to be tough. What, a rate NASCAR Heat 5 on a 1 to 10 scale? Yeah, I'd say about a 7 would be about right. Jackson kind of nailed it. 4. I'd say anywhere between a 5 to a 7. It's average. Nothing too great about it. I think Heat 4 is a little better. I'd say Heat 4 is probably like a 7.5 to an 8. That's maybe being a little generous too. I think a 7 might even be generous for Heat 5. 30 laps to go for Stuart Friesen. Yeah, he'll likely have to pit to the end of this. How long does he stay out, though, near the finish? Maybe he stays out as long as he can and goes fuel only. I don't know if he could save the tires fully. 10% left on that right front. We're out 5%, about 5 laps, or so 10% about 5 laps.
Easy on the tires, driver.
Schneider's only going to be able to go a couple more laps. He definitely doesn't want to blow a right front. We'll be able to repair that 2 seconds of damage on pit road as well. Should be able to. Should be at 2 or 3 seconds, which is 5 or less. Under that 5-second damage clock here on NASCAR Heat 5. In this case, there's a caution, though. He's staying out as long as he can. Full throttle through 3 and 4. He's pushing it hard. Trying to get every little bit of speed he can out of this truck before he has to pit. This will be the final set of tires going on the race truck. So even if we get a caution at the end of this thing, cannot take tires again. It's going to stay out at least one more lap. Full throttle through 3 and 4 again, pushing hard in that middle lane this time. Yeah, I just have to work Saturdays at Home Depot warehouse. I'm getting used to it now, though. Now they're in the middle lane again through 1 and 2. Turns 3 and 4. Schneider going to run the bottom because he is coming to pit road this time. A lot of room behind him, a lot of room in front of him. It'll be a 4-tire stop. 45 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. There we go. 3 seconds of damage, that will be repaired. And the air pressure is going to go up another pound all the way around. That is the only adjustment on pit road this time, just an air pressure adjustment. Half a tank of fuel is good enough to make it to the end, and 1 overtime at least. It'll be about 4 to 6 laps to the good on fuel. They need at least a decent stop. Schneider was actually the first truck to hit pit road to the top 10. This is going to gain him a little bit of track position here with about 30 lap fresher tires.
Okay, get back in there.
Compared to Friesen about 15, but 30 laps compared to everybody else who did not pit under that last yellow. Currently 26th now. Just has to hope it stays green for everybody else to cycle through. Yeah, unfortunately I'm going to miss the truck race tomorrow, that's for sure. I definitely won't get home there. I'll be lucky to make it home for the end of the Michigan game. We should be home in time for the Xfinity race, so again, we will be live streaming a live commentary of that. They're trying to do everything he can with that minor adjustment. Out of air pressure all the way around. Full throttle through 3 and 4. Tires are going to make it to the end of this race as well, so you got to go hard from this point. Trying to go full throttle through 1 and 2. I don't think he's been able to do that all day, but while he's on fresher tires, he's going to. This might have the makings for his fastest lap of the race. I think it's going to stay out of his way as well. Full throttle through 3 and 4. Nope, couldn't hold it. Couldn't hold it. Had to lift there off the exit of 4. That had the makings for his second to be his fastest lap of the race. Couldn't go full throttle through 1 and 2. He's pushing a little too hard right now. Stick full throttle through 3 and 4 this time though. And everybody else coming to pit road, at least that did not pit under the last caution. 21 laps to go, well 20 to go really for Stuart Friesen. It's going to be 19 this time by. And how far will Stuart Friesen go before he pits for the final time? You can remember he pitted under that last caution. We restarted with 54 laps left. I don't think he is good on field at the end of the race.
All right, you're clear.
There's Gillen. Schneider cycles in front of him by quite a bit. Oh, yeah, there was a little bobble in the center of the corner. Just overdrove, and that costed him a little bit of time, not only in the center of the corner, but that also made him slide up the track a little too early and slightly grazed the wall off turn 4. Have to crack back into the top 10 once he gets around Jennifer Jo Cobb through 3 and 4. Gray back up to second after qualifying on the pole. A little bit of strategy for him. He ran well at Daytona as well.
All right, you're clear then.
Yeah, if they save enough, they'd be able to make it to the... Oh, caution! Caution is out. And that is going to trap so many of these guys a lap down. We got more drivers coming to pit road too. That is not a good break for Schneider. Not a good break for most of the field. 16 laps to go. Caution waves for the 4th time tonight. These guys are going to be close to the end. They're still going to be close. But with them not pitting and having 3 laps of caution here to help save fuel to the end, that might be it. That's going to trap Schneider. Yeah, that's going to trap a lot of these guys a lap down. Top 5 are on the lead lap. Greenfield gets a free pass. He has to line up on the restart at the rear, though.
You're coming to the green.
And everything is bunched back together. Green flag back in the air at Vegas. Stuart Friesen. What a tough break. Again, we are on our final set of tires, so we couldn't stay out. And nobody pitted on the lead lap. Everybody would have had to pit for anybody to take the wave around there. So everybody on the lead lap stayed out. And they're all on older tires, though, remember. So some of these guys might be able to race their way back in the lead lap now if we do get another caution. Schneider 3 wide to the inside, jumps back up to 7th. He's the first car lap down into turns 1 and 2. Can he run down Friesen with these pressure tires? It's going to be tough. Friesen's got a fast truck and he's got clean air. 12 laps to go. 11 actually for Friesen total. If we get a caution, we gained a lot of time through 1 and 2. Look at, there's still 3x3 off turn 4. They might get a wreck back there. Schneider's trying to get back on the lead lap. Sends it to the inside of Friesen into 3 and 4. Little side draft now. Trying to stay on him. As Friesen tries to hold him off. And he does off turn 4. Sheldon Creed up to 8th place. 10 laps to go at Vegas. Friesen blocking the bottom, but he slides up in the middle of the corner. Schneider hooks the white line. Clear off turn 2. Schneider back on the lead lap in 7th. Now he needs another caution to have a chance to win this race. Will we get our 5th caution of the race? They'll have fresher tires on those guys too if they elect to stay out. I don't know, it's going to be close. Johnny Sauter on fresher tires trying to get back on the lead lap as well as he got around Creed. Sauter to the inside of Stuart Friesen. He's got a faster truck than what Schneider does as well. Oh, Schneider overran 1 and 2 really badly. He's going to try to stay ahead of Sauter because we have less than 10 laps to go. This is a battle. Sauter's had the faster truck than Schneider by a lot here today. It's a great rally just to get back into the top 10, though, for this 99 team. They haven't been a top 10 truck all day long, but in this final stage, they kept working on the race truck under the pit stops. Look at the aggressive blocking there on the 13. 7 laps to go at the line. Still blocked Sauter. Here comes Gus Dean, also on just as equal tires as the 99 and the 13 truck. Dean gonna have a run off the high side there. We have a slow truck in turns 3 and 4. Will that bring out a caution? Or will he get to pit road? It looks like he's gonna get to pit road. 3 wide there for a moment. Both Sauter and Gus Dean get around Schneider. Schneider might lose out on a top 10 here if Sheldon Creed and Ross Chastain catch him. If we don't get another yellow to bunch the field back up. Chastain and Creed are side by side right now for 10. Chastain clears him. Schneider does not want to lose out on a top 10 finish. He's done so much just to get back into this. That caution really hurt him. Not only trapped him a lap down for the restart, but bunched everybody back together, which he didn't need either. 6 laps to go. Back to the normal cam for the finish. Here's Chastain to the back bumper over the 99 into turns 1 and 2. Creed right behind him. Creed pokes high. Schneider slides up just a little bit. Chastain underneath him. A lot of these guys getting back on the lead lap here if we do get an overtime finish. Chastain pulls away. Wow! Creed hit the apron off turn 4, driving it so low to get underneath him. Schneider. Oh, Chastain gets in the, or sorry, Creed gets into the side of the 99, moves him up the track for 10th. Creed gonna go high from 3 and 4. Schneider trying to go full throttle. Can't get back underneath him. He just doesn't have the speed on the short runs. We've known that all day long. He got a good jump because of all those guys on older tires out in front. John Hunter Nemechek might catch him for position yet as well. Todd Gilliland also back there, about 1 second off the lead. So Schneider's just trying to hang on for every spot he can. Every point matters. Stuart Friesen just a couple laps away. What a brilliant strategy call. Going off strategy, getting the caution at the right time. Definitely going to help him save fuel to the end with that caution. Unless he still runs out. I mean, that's possible, but saving 3 laps under the yellow, that's all he needed. Gilliland is up to 12th. Zane Smith in 13th now, trying to get around John Hunter Nemechek. Gilliland's going to have a great run off the high side. He battles Smith as they're side by side to the line.
Just a couple more turns.
White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Stuart Friesen. Caution comes out now, the race is over. Schneider's trying to hold off Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland. Zane Smith won the first 2 stages of the race. That caution trapped him a lap down as well, while he was running in second before the alternating pit strategy. I mean, that probably hurt Smith more than anybody else here today. Gilliland's going to get a run off the high side. Schneider trying to go up and block, and he about put him in the wall. White flag now for Schneider and the rest of the field just outside the top 10. Checker flag is in the air, though, and Stuart Friesen's going to win the race. Schneider goes a little wide through 1 and 2. Smith is going to get around him. This was indicative of the speed as far as the finish goes. Tough break, though, for running top 10 for most of the final stage. Stuart Friesen will get his first win of the season. Schneider is going to bring it home in 13th here today.
Good day today, driver. That's a top 20.
Probably would have had a top 10 if that caution didn't come out. Maybe a shot at a top 5 if everything would have cycled through, but that caution trapped him a lap down, and that restart not being good on the short runs and only having 14 to go when they went green costed him a shot at a top 10. Cap 24, welcome to the stream. Man, it could have... We were working on the truck so much that we got it to be in the top 10, but that caution came out. We weren't good on the short runs. And it trapped us a lap down, most importantly, there. That's tough. No stage points today. We needed a top 5 or a top 10 like we could have had there. That's tough. Zane Smith had probably the toughest break of anybody. Again, he got trapped a lap down while running in the top 3 most of the race. He won the first 2 stages. 15 trucks finished on the lead lap, but Stuart Friesen will get the win. About 8 seconds over Tanner Gray. Yeah, there were only 5 trucks on the lead lap on the restart. The good news is we go to Atlanta in the next race, another 1.5 miles. So, I mean, we get a chance at redemption. Josh Reardon takes over the points lead. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And we fall from tied for the points lead back to 4th with the lack of points really today. With no top 10 and no stage points, we did not score a lot of points at all here today. Shane Smith, those 2 stage wins, gets him 2 playoff points, jumps him up to 5th. Enfinger, after a win, finishes outside the top 15 today at Vegas. Or as long as he stays in the top 20, which he should with Thor Motorsports equipment, he'll be in the playoffs. We'll have a little bit faster car at Atlanta. We'll see. We should be at a 95 overall for Atlanta. Lucky 13. Yeah, 13's not a lucky number either. We'll see what we can do. That was a fun race. That was a good race. That was definitely a good race. We just had the tough break with that caution coming out with 14 laps left. I mean, brilliant call on the pit strategy by everybody else. The only reason I didn't pit with them is because I pitted early in stage 2 and everybody stayed out, so I only had 1 set of tires left. And we were going to be close on fuel. Probably wasn't going to make it. And I wasn't going to be able to take tires again the rest of the race if we did get another caution. But then, hindsight's always 20/20. I could have been on the same strategy as those guys. And Friesen had a faster truck than us. We probably would have finished second if we chose to pit under the second to last caution. But I don't know if the tires were going to make it to the end of the race either, because of how much it wore on this track. We got a lot of tweets coming in here. Whoa, dirty driver, what'd I do to Clay Greenfield? I accidentally, I chopped off Spencer Boyd by accident. I chopped off, Spencer Boyd didn't crash, and I accidentally took out Enfinger. I did not do anything to Clay Greenfield. So I'm going to insult Greenfield. That's uncalled for. Spencer Boyd, he compliments me after I nearly wrecked him. He should have been the one insulting me. And Todd Gilliland's upset for some reason, too. I don't know what he's upset about. We had a good battle for 5th earlier. We got a lot of... I don't know. At least we got a top 20, too, so we get our incentive bonus. So let's see what we can do in the shop going into Atlanta. So this is our Atlanta chassis right here. We got 39,000. We need 270 to upgrade to 100. We can upgrade, yeah, let's upgrade the pit crew. So we got the pit crew maxed out. That's 17,246. We'll be getting that incentive bonus after the next race. It's unfortunate we can't get it now. So we'll have a... Okay, so we'll have a 95 on the engine, 95 on the aero, and a 90 on the suspension for Atlanta. So not quite a 95 overall car, but a faster car than what we had at Vegas, because we had a 90 for the engine and the aero too. So the suspension still had a 90 for this race, but no problem there. I guess we can train our employees a little more too. We've got the money to do it. The only employee we really have to train is Harriet. And we can get her up to an 8. I want to get everybody to a 10 for their specific department. No, we don't need that super speedway. There we go. Yeah, we don't have another super speedway coming up in a long time, so I'm not worried about that. We need 560 grand to get the road course chassis. We only have one road course on the schedule. That's Canadian Tire. I can't remember if that's in the playoffs or not, or if it's at the very end of the regular season. I think it's in the playoffs. Either way, we don't have to worry about that anytime soon. definitely got to get that other Speedway chassis going so we can get that ready for Homestead. And I think we're good to go. Yeah, we've got everything ready to go. When we get to Richmond, we should have a fast 95 overall truck at least then. So 95 and a 90. 130 laps at Atlanta for the Vettix Camping World 200. All right. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We're about to end this stream and start up the next one at Atlanta for part 3 of the career mode. Race number 3 for the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. So, again, thanks for everybody watching here tonight. Had a lot of fun, and we'll keep the fun rolling into the next race here in a little bit. See you guys in a couple minutes.